Hey, it's Go-Kart Spartan making another rambling video. There was a couple of things that I didn't get to say in the previous one that I literally just made. So I'm making this one to because I said I was going to go over my favorite characters, my favorite heroes. I didn't get a chance to because somewhere along the line I got lost talking about Jason David Frank. Because Jason David Frank is a really emotional topic for me. It's like, it really shook me, and I still think about that to this day. But honestly, alright, so I'm going to talk about all my favorite heroes due to the fact that I barely give the heroes any recognition when I actually do any of these rambling videos. So alright, I'm going to start. I'm not going to do it. I don't do things in order because it's hard for me to quantify how much I like certain characters more than others, because I have my days. Maybe one day I might be feeling this character, maybe one day I might be feeling that one, but I'm just going to note heroes that are notable that I fuck with. So I'm going to start. We'll start with Power Rangers. Like I said before, Tommy, he goes without saying. So another Power Ranger that I have to say that I love is Billy, the Blue Ranger, David Yost. Because honestly, bro, he's the brains behind the operation. I remember when I always used to feel this way about Billy when I was 4 years old. Let me tell you a little funny story, man. I was in pre-K and they was giving out Power Ranger stickers. They was giving out them to everybody, bro, and they gave me the Blue Ranger. And I wanted any other color but the Blue Ranger. I felt like he was a dork. Mind you, I was 4 years old. So I traded with one of my classmates for a Yellow Ranger sticker. And when I got home, I got yelled at because I took the girl sticker. That's like in the 90s. That's not in the 2020s where nowadays, things like that acceptable. Like men can like girl stuff, things like that. But yeah, I get that happened to be, that's just one thing. But the point is, I feel a little bit different about Billy nowadays. One thing that I like about the Blue Ranger is that, as far as I'm concerned, he's the face of the franchise now, man. I'm so happy he came back in Cosmic Fury, and then Once and Always, because we needed a face for the franchise. Because Jason David Frank, God bless the dead, man, but there's so much, and it seems like the rest of the Rangers kids can't do it for some reason. Austin St. John said nice things about the Mustache Man, ruining the Jewish dollar for his pockets forever. You don't say nice things about that man. He is a horrible, evil man. It's terrible. Like, hear me out. I like villains and shit, but I only like villains in fiction. In real life, if you're doing fuck shit like that, get the fuck out my face. Austin St. John said nice things about the Mustache Man, and he got in trouble with the law. So he can't rep the franchise no more. We can't have our Red Ranger the way we want it. We gotta have Rocky. And what's gonna happen when we have Rocky a part of the team? He's gonna move right to the side and let whoever has the biggest trousers move in front of him. It happens all the time. It happened in Mighty Morphin. He's the Red Ranger. Like, here's the thing. I understand Zordon said that Tommy is the new leader of the Power Rangers, but when Jason and Tommy were together, it never felt like one was more bigger than the other. They felt like equals. When Tommy and Rocky came to the crew, bro, Rocky wasn't in the middle no more. All of a sudden, Rocky only called its morphin' time when Tommy wasn't there. So yeah, he wasn't the Red Ranger, and he did the same thing in Cosmic Fury. He's the Red Ranger. He wasn't supposed to be calling the shots, making the plans. No, he's a whole firefighter coming in with Chinese food and stuff. He was on the side. They put the Blue Ranger in the middle. They put David in the middle. Sometimes they probably put Walter or Ming in the middle. I see them putting Cat in the middle before I see them putting Rocky. And I love Rocky. The only reason I love Rocky is because of Steve Cardenas. Because outside of Rocky's character, Steve Cardenas does wonders for this community, bro. He's always, I know the guy's always giving back to the community. I heard nice things about him. I've yet to meet him. I met some of the Power Rangers, but I have not met all of them. I've had the great pleasure of meeting Jason David Frank. I'll never forget the day I met Jason David Frank. I get lost in these videos all the time. But I met Jason David Frank. Me and my friend, we was waiting online, and they said they was about to close the line, and Jason David Frank said, oh, nah. We was at New York Comic Con, and Jason David Frank said, oh, nah, I ain't closing that line. Y'all gonna wait till I see everybody that's on this line. He deboed them niggas, bro. Them niggas try to tell him what to do. He said, I'm the Green Ranger. Nigga, you see that line? You see those fans? They're mine. And they come here to see me, and I'm not leaving until I see every fucking one of them. That's the type of energy that Jason David Frank carried. That's the type of energy that he had. Like, bro, you don't understand how much this man did for this fucking franchise, bro. I know I curse a lot, bro. I do. I'm grown. I'm sorry. I'm grown. I curse. I'm a pirate. I curse like a sailor. It is what it is. Maybe I need to put some senses in some of my videos. I try, but I ain't gonna hold you all right, I'll figure that out. But the point I'm trying to make is, bro, Jason David Frank bro, he done gave everything for this franchise, bro. Everything, son. He done, bro. And the way I look at it is just, at a certain point, I feel like people didn't want to play ball anymore, and he had to do his own thing. At a certain point, I feel like someone told him, you're nothing but a helmet. And at a certain point, I feel like that happened. I don't know. I'm not there. I'm not a ghost on the wall. I don't know him. I don't know his family members. I've only met the man once. But I am an intelligent human being that can piece two and two together. When he was with Saban, he was doing projects. He was moving. We seen him do the Lord Draken thing. We seen him constantly doing things with Bat in the Sun. And he came back for for Ninja Steel and Megaforce. He came back for both of those franchises. And there was talks about him coming up with a Draken series or a Tommy series or whatever the case may be. But as in business, things change. The weather can change fast. And the weather changed when Hasbro owned it. A company that used to be competitors with Bandai back in the day. A company that looked probably, I don't know, don't quote me on this, I'm just saying because I just find it mighty funny that when the Hasbro era came out, I didn't see no more Jason David. I saw Austin. Y'all put Austin in Beast Morphers. We all know they got smoke. We all know you can't have one or the other. So, I think what happened was, they tried to play ball with JDF at the beginning. Like I said, this is just my hypothesis. They tried to play ball with him at the beginning, and it didn't. Somewhere down the line, it didn't work. And that's why he doubled down on the White Dragon thing. That's why he said he didn't want to do Power Rangers no more. That's why. This is just allegedly. This is just me, my hypothesis. That's just how I feel. I feel like somewhere down the line, people either A, stole his ideas, B, didn't want to play ball with him, or C, just didn't see his worth anymore. And that's what happened. And that's what happens. That's what happened to Austin and them back in the day. If you really want to think about it, that's exactly what happened to Austin and them back in the day. I remember the way I listened to every single Power Ranger tell this story about what happened to them in the day, and I've already got my own hypothesis of what went down. This is what I think happened. And like I said, allegedly, this is just my own hypothesis. I could be wrong. If you have any opinions about the situation, feel free to put it in the comments. They said that they were only getting paid McDonald's money back in the day, that they had to wake up at 7 o'clock or else they would get fired, that they was under a tyrannical system. What I think happened was, the original 5 had to deal with that. But when JDF came there, he had to deal with that, but the fraction. He probably had to deal with it a lot just like the rest of them. But the way I know, the way he was moving back then, he was trying to become the main star. Because this is what I think happened. I think when they called him in for the Green Ranger role, he seen that his shit had a glow shield, and the rest of the Rangers didn't have that, and he was like, oh, yeah, I'm him. That's me. Yeah. And like slowly but surely, he took over that franchise. It became, the show was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It was Tommy and the Power Rangers. We all came there for Tommy. We all loved Tommy. I remember, I'm a Tommy boy. I love Tommy. I came there for him. And I was wondering why, because he made that show his own when he came there. So, but the thing is, even though he made that show his own, he wasn't getting paid the money he wasn't supposed to. Just like the rest of them, they all weren't getting paid what they were supposed to. So what ended up happening, the Rangers got together like Rangers do, and they decided to make a plan. They decided to strong arm Saban, to tell them that we're all going to walk if you don't give us what we deserve. And I think they all made this plan together, but I think somewhere down the line, like I said, it's just my hypothesis, I think somewhere down the line, JDF probably was like, nah, that doesn't sound like a good idea. That doesn't sound good for business. Why would I give up something that's a sure thing? My face is a household name. People know me. People like me. People worship me. Why would I give that up just because I'm not seeing the money right away? No, I'm not going to do that. Maybe at first he didn't say that. Maybe at first he was on board with the Power Rangers. But as the Green Ranger does, he decided, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stay. And I think maybe David and Amy, they decided to stay too. They probably decided, you know what, it'll probably be better for our pockets if we endure than if we do this crazy plan. So when Austin, Trey, and Walter went to go against Saban, Saban didn't care, because Saban already had his green trophy, his gold and white and black trophy. He didn't need the rest of them. He didn't need Austin. He didn't need Troy. He didn't need Walter. He had Jason David Frank. He had Tommy Oliver. He had the Green Ranger. Why would he need the rest of the Rangers when all of the people want to be green? Who does it matter if I get someone to replace red, yellow, and black if everybody cares about white? That was the truth, in my opinion. That's what happened. They made a gamble and they lost because the star player wasn't on board. And eventually they lost out. And real life started to happen. Unfortunately, Troy passed away. Walter, he was doing his own thing. I don't want to talk too much about Walter. Let's look at Henry Resilience channel. Austin ended up coming back. Austin came back for Zeo and the Turbo movie. He wasn't that upset. Or maybe he was, or maybe they came to some type of agreement. The point I'm trying to make is, things happen. And the Power Rangers has a very dark history. So much stuff going on. I guess I was going to make this video about my favorite characters, but I always get sidetracked talking about something else. So I'm talking about, I'll probably still do, because I make long ass videos anyway, so it's probably just going to be another long one. So I'll go over some characters after I finish talking about my feelings about the Power Ranger rabbit hole as a whole. Now, how I feel about Ricardo Medina. I'm cynical as fuck. So when I first heard about it, I was making stupid ass jokes like my sword or a muscle was hungry. But when I actually seen that fucking documentary, bro, when I actually seen the crazed look on Ricardo Medina's face when he was in that orange suit, when I seen this woman, and I seen the before and after picture of what she looked like before and after and what happened to them, and I came to the conclusion that this nigga did that on purpose, and he was incredibly disturbed. And maybe he's free, I don't know what's going on there. But what I saw, I didn't like what I saw, bro. That wasn't Cole. That wasn't even Deca. This was something entirely different, bro. This was real. This was savage. This was primal, and I didn't like it, the look that I seen in his eyes. Because I could tell, I'm an empath, man. I understand these things. I could just look at a person and just see something, if something's wrong or not. And I had to tell by the look on her face and the look on his, just from what I saw. And bro. But I'll make a Shiva. I don't really want to speak too much on that because I don't know his side of the story. And it was just unfortunate what happened to him. Alright, let's get to some characters, man. I'm tired of talking about sad stuff. Alright, so we're talking about my favorite hero character. You see, it's so hard for me to keep on track with the hero stuff because I'm such a villains kind of guy that I will talk about what I care about. I cared about JDF, so I went on a length about that. But alright, so let's get to it. We'll start with some Power Rangers. I already said I like Billy. He's one of my favorite characters. Andros. I love Andros. I love In Space, period. That In Space was the perfect. In Space and Lost Galaxy? In Space and Lost Galaxy? In Space and Lost Galaxy? Oh my god. Perfect. Those two are the perfect Power Ranger seasons, bro. I could watch them shits. I could watch Dingy Man and Ginga Man all day. I watched the Japanese counterparts. Them shits is perfect from head to toe. The only imperfection they had was Carlos being a bitch ass nigga wanting to surrender the power. Aside from that, it was perfect, bro. That was the first time evil was evil. I mean, yeah, Lord Zed, they had to water him down because parents were complaining and Rita was cartoonishly evil. The Machine Empire couldn't be taken seriously. And Divatox, well, Divatox blew up. At least Divatox accomplished blowing up the command center and getting rid of the Turbo's powers. I will always give Divatox her flowers for doing that because a lot of villains don't get to do that shit. But I haven't felt evil until Astronomer came in, until she was cold, composed. She exploded only when necessary. The way she walked, the way she talked, the way she dressed. Her right-hand man wasn't the bumbling fool like Goldar or Rito or Elgar. No, he was a militant dark knight. A stepdaddy that will protect his evil empress at all costs. He was and then she got kidnapped by the most demonous nigga. Oh my god, the Panda is the most rootedest, tootinest nigga in the galaxy, bro. This nigga gets off on evil, bro. Like this nigga casually does evil with a full erection. I'm telling you, bro. Nah, the Panda's a problem. And then, bro, she gets programmed to become evil. Evil. She gets programmed to become evil. And she creates the most evilest niggas that Power Rangers ever had to offer. Astronomer gave us the gift of the Psycho Rangers. And we got to watch them beat the dog shit out of the Power Rangers. It was beautiful until they lost. And then they came back again, and then they lost again. Hey, they're still around in my shit. I mean, Psycho Red just got bodied, but that's besides the point. The point I'm trying to make is, let's keep going through these heroes. I said I like Andros, I like TJ. Ranger Toa's a funny guy. Ranger Toa gave me every reason to dislike TJ, but I will like TJ solely because he is the first black man to be a Red Ranger. The first. When I was a kid, I wanted to be TJ because I finally saw myself, my skin complexion in the color red. I wanted that for me. People want to shit on Justin and say, oh, why is a kid want to be a Power Ranger? When I was a kid, I wanted to be Justin because he was a kid that was a Ranger. When I was a kid, I wanted to be TJ because he was black and he was the leader of the team. It's the fucking Red Ranger, and they demoted him to blue. I ain't gonna hold you. Him being in the infirmary is crazy, though. he always see TJ stay in the infirmary. He began his ass beat all the time, bro. But he the true leader of the space team, bro. Andros was worried about his sister. Andros was a true space warrior. He was the one who held the team together. He was still a leader. Even though his helmet was blue, he was still a leader. I still fuck with Theodore J. Jarvis Johnson. Who else? Kendricks, my nigga. Nah, Kendricks was every time you seen Kendricks, she was on her computer looking up some historical shit. She was like, yo, y'all know there's other Galactapiece besides our Galactapiece? Nah, bro, Kendrick, and bro, she was the first one to get body, bro. And bro, I liked her because she was the heart of the team. She was some smart. We didn't have, and she felt like a female Billy. And I like Corone. I love Astronomer, period, bro. But I love Corone when she took the place as Pink Ranger, yeah. That was dope. Like, nah, son, she had to fight herself. That shit was fire. Whatever, Power Rangers. My boy Carter Grayson. I'm gonna have to go through the Power Rangers faster than this. Carter Grayson, West. I can't like Cole anymore after Ricardo Medina. I don't really like him that much. I like Decker though, but the thing is because Decker's a villain and he did some real villainous shit. And for Decker, I will separate the character from the thing, but I can't do it with Cole because he's a Power Ranger. Can't do it, man. But nah, son, Decker, but nah. Ninja Storm, that whole entire team, the whole team, Power Mega Siva included, all of them. I love the entire team. Dino Thunder, Trent, Tommy, Kira, and Ethan. And Connor, I don't like Connor that much, but the rest of them, they fire. SPD, Tire Squad. Alright, let's just skip, because after that, it's just because we're just gonna go through Mystic Force, which I didn't like nobody but Korak from there. And the 10T, I liked all the villains, but I didn't care about the fucking Rangers. Overdrive, I didn't care about the villains or the Rangers. Jungle Fury, I love the entire team of the Rangers and the villains. I loved everything about Jungle Fury. RPM, I cared about Dr. K. I cared about Ziggy. I cared about Dylan. I cared about the team. I cared about RPM. I be frying him acting like I don't like RPM, but the truth is I just like Go Anja better because Go Anja got that Kingdom Hearts factor to it. My boy Asumi Sosuke is just a better Red Ranger in my opinion. I don't know. That's debatable, bro. That's debatable, bro. It's just I seen some things that I didn't want to see in Spartacus that just makes me just gravitate more towards Go Anja. So now, son. The point I'm trying to make is now we on Sentai, because now we may as well just talk about Sentai because we already know that I don't like everything after Samurai. And the only thing saving Samurai is Ranger Toa. He is the only one saving me from hating on these. Ranger Toa and Samurai Sentai Shinkenger being as fire as it is the only thing saving me from shitting on Samurai. But Megaforce has my entire wrath. How dare I turn Captain Marvelous to Troy? How dare... Okay, Orion... Here's the thing about Orion, though. And Guy. I like both characters. I like Orion and I like Guy. I have no problems with Orion, actually. None. That's my nigga, actually. He nigga was from Planet Androgen and shit like that. He was like a digger. Like, I like Guy, but I like Guy more because he's like me. He's a super fan. That nigga be like, oh, that's the True Rangers. They're ancient warriors from dinosaurs. That's Mega Ranger. Them niggas be in school and shit. Like, bro, Guy like me, bro. Like, that's why I like Guy more. So, and as for the other, like, I'm going over Megaforce. I guess this is gonna be a me talking about my favorite Power Ranger Heroes video. But Megaforce, I hated Troy, bro, because he couldn't even shine Captain Marvelous's shoes if you let him. He couldn't do it. Ghost Sager, I like the villains from Ghost Sager. The Ghost Sager's himself, man. Let's get back to Gokaiga. Joe, oh my god, I like Joe so much. But the thing is, Noah wasn't that bad. It's just that I felt like Noah should have been the Green Ranger and Jake should have been the Blue Ranger, because Jake was the athlete and Noah was the nerd, and it made no sense just to make Noah the Blue Ranger in the first place. If y'all was going to shift in from Megaforce to Super Megaforce, y'all should have took into account the characteristics of these characters instead of just looking at them as sheer suits, because you would know that the emotions that Doc has is emotions of a timid man trying his best to fight for his survive, and the emotions that Joe has is a trained elite warrior who had to fight niggas his entire life. Y'all didn't look too much into that because y'all only think about these characters as suits. They're more than just suits to me. These people are people in their characters. Their villains are more than just freaking things that get blown up. No, as far as I'm concerned, that nigga probably had a family. Pumpkin Raptor probably had a family. Ikagen probably had a home planet. Eclipta probably had a master that built him. We don't know what happened to these villains. I would love to explore everything with them. That's why I cover a lot of villains on my channel and stuff like that. I do things with those characters because those characters get neglected in the long scheme of things. Who the fuck is gonna remember Chubo or fucking Vexicus or any of these niggas like that? They're gonna get neglected. And a lot of things from Power Rangers gets neglected as a whole because all people care about is Mighty Morphin. Like, we gotta see the dinosaurs with the diamonds on their chest. I love the dinosaurs with the diamonds on their chest, but I also love the astronauts with the squares on their chest. I love the Galacta Beast with the Charlie Browns on their chest. I like the other dinosaurs with the dinosaur footprint on their chest. I like the ninjas that have their sigils on their chest. I like them too. I like the pirates with the bro. Nah, bro. It's just more than Power Rangers. It's more than Mighty Morphin. It's in space. It's Lost Galaxy. It's Lightspeed Rescue. It's Time Force. It's Wild Force. It's Ninja Storm. It's Samurai. It's Megaforce. It's Go Bust. I mean, damn. What's that shit called again? Damn. Yo, I swear, for me, I cap off at Gokaiga, bro. For me, I like, when it comes to Power Rangers, I mentally cap off at Gokaiga because all of them other shits that came after were trash to me. Every single one of them. Except the Dino Charge. I like Dino Charge. Dino Charge was okay. And Beast Morphers was okay. And they weren't trash, but they were mid. They weren't trash, but they were fucking mid. They were also fucking mid. Every last one of them shits was mid. They were mid. Ninja Steel was mid. I can't watch an episode of Ninja Steel to save my life. I've tried to marathon the season. I will put some other shit on. I'll start looking at my phone. I'll start making a video. I can't do it. I can't watch Ninja Steel. I refuse. But I've watched enough of it and know enough about these characters to know who they are, what their story is. It's just that I don't like these niggas. I don't like their story. I don't like their villains. I don't like to identify. I hated what they did to my nigga Baron Nero, bro. They took Baron Nero's outfit and put another face on it, bro. I was like, what are you doing? They took my boy, the doctor from SCP Foundation, from the Tokyo Yujins, bro. They took them and turned them into. Oh, I hate it here, bro. They be shitting on my villains all the time. I'm a villain purist. I love Sentai. I love the villain designs, but oh my god. And on the flip side, I like what they did with Void Queen. I loved Void Queen. I wish she could have had a fight scene where, she fought the Dino. Why the fuck these niggas have Dino at the beginning of their fucking names? When she fought the Dino Fury Rangers, that would be nice. But no, man, that's okay. All right, so damn, this video long as hell. I'm gonna have to make a third video. My third video, I'm gonna cover things that aren't Power Rangers, because I covered Power Rangers. Okay, I guess I still on some Sentai, I guess, because like I said, I cap off and go kind of mentally. So Lucky from Q Ranger, I like Lucky. I like Stinger. I like Show Longbow. I like Toho Soldier. I fucked with all of them. I like the Green Ranger. Honey, fucked with them. Tokyujas, those was my niggas. I like them. I like the Dino Charge variants, the Koryujas. I didn't really get a chance to see Ryu Soldier like that. I seen Strongest Battle where they had Void Knight. He was fighting Captain Marvelous and Stinger in them. Zyuohger, I like that one actually. Even though I didn't finish it, every time I watch it, I enjoy it. So I like that. Zenkaiser, that one was fire. Dawn Brothers was lit. I gotta finish Boom Boomger. King Ohger, I loved King Ohger. I missed the opportunity to make them niggas into Game of Thrones Rangers. I mean, I could still do it, I could edit it, but I don't think I want to do it that way. I might want to do something entirely different with the King Ohgers. With the Game of Thrones Rangers, I either like to make them niggas, I either like to make my own Rangers, use Rangers that are already made, or fuck it, some of them become Digimon, because like the Flawless Military is a big organization. Like I said, if you watched episode 2, Beatrice explains that there's multiple divisions besides just the Power Ranger division. Okay, I'm starting to crash out. I'm gonna cut this video short. I'm gonna catch y'all later. Y'all have a blessed day.